So do you need a portfolio? I'll tell you what I think and how you can create one in this video. Do you need a portfolio? The quick question with a quick answer. The answer is yes. You especially need a portfolio if you've never had any consulting experience whatsoever. Because how is anyone going to know what you're capable of doing unless you have a portfolio? What should be on your portfolio is usually the next question. This is going to be a demonstration of the work that you've already completed or the work that you can do. 99% of the time, it's going to be something you've already completed. So the big question here ends up being is, if you're just starting out and you don't have any clients, what are some of the things that you can actually show on your portfolio? So a couple of things that you can show on your portfolio is work that you've already done for your existing employer. You may have said, hey, I've worked at this Fortune 500 company and I helped build this app, or I helped build this website, or I designed this thing over here. You can say that that is your work because it is your work. Now you can't say that they're your client because they aren't your actual client. You are an employee of the company, but you can't say that they were your work. Now, if you're going to have a portfolio, where should this portfolio be? Back in the day, portfolios were, a piece of paper, you'd fold them out, people could see what you did, but not anymore. Everything's online. So how do you have a portfolio and what's the best place to do it? So let's quickly talk about that. I recommend that you start with a portfolio that's online. Your portfolio is going to need to be online. Therefore, you're going to need to have some type of website. Now, there are various different portfolio websites out there where you can just sign up, post your content, and be on your way. And if you find that those work for you and are easy for you, feel free to use them. I don't currently use them. What I always recommend is you have your own website and you create your own portfolio on that website with your own domain name, which we'll get to in a minute. So what are some of the platforms I will recommend? Well, the first platform that I recommend for almost all of your own personal content is going to be on WordPress. A lot of people will kind of sigh and dismiss me at this point because they feel that WordPress isn't that great of a solution, or it's this old dodgy thing that's been around forever. But you have to realize that WordPress just works. There's a ton of plugins. There's a ton of features. You can quickly point and click your way to adding pages and features. And furthermore, if you're building a portfolio website, do this. Go to Google, type in WordPress portfolio template. You're going to find a bunch of different templates that just look killer. They look great. You can purchase these templates. Some of them are free. And when you can install them, point and click on your website. Spend a couple of hours or a day configuring it on WordPress, and now you have a beautiful portfolio website in which you can post your content. If you're a developer, you're going to be posting screenshots of your web applications, your mobile applications, or other things that you have built. Even if it's a hardware component you were involved with, take the marketing photos of those, saying, hey, I was involved in building this product. It's going to spark conversation with your client. They're going to be interested. Show them what you've worked on. If you're a designer, you'll post designs. If you're a copywriter, show some images of the product and then say, here's the copy that I've wrote for this to help drive page to a landing page, or the titles, etc. Now, WordPress isn't your only solution, though. You can use multiple other solutions, such as something like Wix, which is a website builder. That will work as well. You can use Squarespace if you prefer Squarespace. You can also use a service such as Card, and that's CARRD, card.co, and it allows you to build a free one-page site that's also mobile responsive. There's tons of templates for that as well. So you can search for Card Portfolio Template. In fact, any of the site builders that are out there are going to allow you to have this built right in. Just search for whatever the platform technology is. So WordPress Portfolio Template, Squarespace Portfolio Template, Card Portfolio Template. You get the gist. Find one out there that you like, install it, read the documentation, and you'll be on your way. Now, there is one little bit difference here. If you are in the design realm, I recommend that you also post your stuff on places like Dribbble or Behance. And there's also other ones such as Adobe Creative Portfolio or something like that. Dribbble and Behance seem to be the two most popular design communities out there. And this is where a lot of designers will actually post their designs and say, hey, here's what I have. What do you think about these designs? And all the designers will communicate. And what ends up happening is these turn into almost a by proxy portfolio in a sense. So if someone says, hey, what's your design look like? I've often been sent a Dribbble link or a Behance link where people can showcase what they've been working on, and that works as well. Inevitably, I get the question of, well, I don't like WordPress. I don't like Jekyll. I don't like Gatsby. I don't like any of the solutions. I don't like Wix. I don't like any of these solutions. I want to hand code my own portfolio site. I'm not going to stop you from doing it. As long as you have a portfolio out there, that's great. However, I would caution against it. Mainly being because if you are a web developer or engineer, you're going to get lost in the details very easily. You're going to be stuck down into the muck and mire of actually building your website or your portfolio website instead of actually hunting for clients and closing deals and getting clients on board. The portfolio is just a tool which enables you to hook the client in further so you can drive the conversation in your sales process. They're going to see what you're capable of. Then at that point, they might want to have a conversation with you to see what you can do for them and move on to the next phase. Portfolios are huge because if you don't have a following or nobody knows who you are, or you're in a new industry and no one knows what you're capable of, you can send them this link and it'll help drive social proof to what you do and proof that you know what you're doing. There is one caveat to hand coding your own custom website, and that is if you are a front-end web developer that focuses on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's what websites are built in. So if you want to build something completely custom that's never been seen before to showcase your talent, and you want to go inside of your source code and you want to leave comments in there, so just in case someone's reading it, they can look inside your source code and say, hey, this person is writing to us. So maybe in your source code, you would say, hey, this person is available for a job, or I'm available for a job. Thanks for reading my source code. That would work in that case. But again, throw caution here. You want to make sure you're not spending too much time hand coding your website in which you can actually just get your content up there and use it. Portfolios are going to be used by people who are interested in your services. They want to see what you're capable of doing, which means they're not going to spend a ton of time there. They're already pressured for time trying to get things done. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at the site, and then they're going to look at the portfolio that that's on your site, gaze through everything real fast, and then make a quick split decisions on whether they want to contact you or not. So again, it does need to look clean, does need to look professional, but don't expect people to spend a ton of time on your site portfolio. The real end goal that I'm trying to push here is that you want to make sure that it's simple. You want to make sure that you can actually add your new portfolio items quickly. So if you're a web developer or a software engineer and you create a new app and you want to put that on your portfolio, you shouldn't have to spend time hand coding a page, etc. You want to be able to just point and click, add a new page with a nice custom URL, put some images on the page, maybe use your portfolio template to add it in there so it looks clean, and press save, and you're on your way and you're on to the next client, marketing, whatever you're doing. You want to make this as easy as possible, because if it's not, putting the content on your website is going to be a deterrent, because you're going to know that it's additional work that you could use that time hunting different clients or billing. But if it only takes you a few minutes to actually add a new page for your portfolio or add an item to your portfolio, then that's a very good use of your time to actually do that, because it's going to add to your portfolio and it's going to improve perhaps your closing rate in the future, because people are capable of seeing what you're doing. But you just don't want to spend a ton of time doing it. Now, lastly, and this is very important, if you pick up a custom WordPress installation or a WordPress installation from WordPress.com or Squarespace or one of these other places, most likely you're going to be on some type of subdomain unless you've hosted it like WordPress yourself. But if you've purchased it from the actual company, what you'll notice is it might be donfelker.wordpress.com or your name or your company.wordpress.com or .squarespace.com. You're going to want a custom domain because this just looks professional. Think of this situation. If you're having a conversation with someone and you tell them, yes, you can find my information at donfelker.wordpress.com. Or you have this other conversation. Yes, you can find my information at donfelker.com. Which one sounds more professional? It's the second one, always will be. It's just like when someone gives you a Gmail address or a Yahoo email address for a business, you don't take them as professional as you would if they had their own custom domain, such as don at, myplumbingservices.com. That just looks more professional as compared to donsplumbingservices@gmail.com. So spend the extra time, purchase your domain, and point it to your portfolio. This is going to help, and it's going to help build your brand, because when people search your name, they're going to land on your URL. It doesn't have to be your personal name, though. If your consulting company has named something different, just buy that domain. Just have a custom domain for your actual portfolio, your name or your consulting company's name, because it does look much more professional. So to recap, do you need a portfolio? Yes, you do. And you need to make it as easy as possible to update. Use an existing site framework out there like WordPress, Squarespace, Card, or anything else, so you can quickly create and update your portfolio when you need to. That's going to allow you to focus back on your marketing and your work that you need to do to grow your consulting business, not spending all your time updating and tinkering with your portfolio. I hope that helps, and I'll catch you next time.